Now we will learn about the physical properties of tautomer and chemical properties of tautomer. In physical property of tautomer, generally 2 points we need to be remember about the boiling points and solubility. As the keto form has a more polar than enol form, so enol form has an intermolecular hydrogen bonding, as intermolecular hydrogen bonding do less boiling points of compounds. Boiling point of ketone form is more than the enol form. Generally, whenever we able not to compare the boiling points of two compounds, then we should remember that generally the keto form has a more boiling point, because keto form is a more polar structure than the enol form. But that doesn't mean that always keto form has more boiling points. There may be chances where the enol form will be more boiling point, but generally we consider that keto form has a more boiling points because of ketone form has a more polar structure than the enol form. Enol form has an intermolecular hydrogen bonding. As the enol generally in some compounds, 1,3 carbonyl compounds, such type of compounds, enol form has a intermolecular hydrogen bonding. As the intermolecular hydrogen bonding do the less boiling points of compounds. If any compounds there is a formation of intermolecular hydrogen bondings, then they will decrease the boiling points of the compounds. So in this way we can say that enol keto form is more boiling point than the enol form. And solubility, in polar solvent the more polar form keto form is more soluble than enol form, as we have already know that in the polar solvent keto form has a more polar form. So like dissolve like, there is a one things about we should remember, like dissolve like means polar form is more soluble in polar form, non-polar form is more soluble in non-polar, means like dissolve like. So here polar solvent and polar form of keto form is more soluble than the enol form, because enol form maybe there is a less polar, so enol form also soluble, but as a comparison of keto form, enol form is less soluble. So generally keto form is more soluble in polar solvent. Now we will learn about the chemical properties. These are the compounds where 2,4-DNP test. This ketone can give these compounds. These are theoretical things we need to remember. There's which type of compounds giving which type of test. Actually chemical properties of tautomers. Actually chemical properties I will teach about the details. But here in this tautomer we are learning something related to tautomer, which compounds can give which type of test. This can give sodium metal test, this alkane will give bromine water test and Bayer test. All these tests we will learn in separately, we will learn in detail all this type of test. But for a little bit knowledge we are learning and showing for as a notes purpose, so you can remind all these tests I am showing this. This can do iodoform test. This test I will tell you detail. We will also learn about the characteristics of tautomer. We will also learn difference between tautomerism and resonance. What is the characteristics of tautomer? Then we will learn about tautomeric and resonance.